Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 most nuisance spots in my tiny house. I have to constantly deal with these nuisance areas in my house because I only live in 224 square feet. There's only so much room that I have, as well as there's only so many things that I can do in the situation that I'm in. These are just random little pesky spots around my house. If you live in a tiny house or plan to get one, you may not have these areas, but maybe this video could help you. If you guys are going to get a tiny house, maybe you can take my situation so you can change the situation, find a solution for it. Right now, I am still trying to find solutions for these things, so we'll see what happens. If you guys have any suggestions for my messiness and clutterness, and so that these areas can hopefully not be such a nuisance, please drop them in the comments below. So let's get started right away. Number one, we are going to start with my pantry. This is where I found mold a couple weeks ago inside my pantry. There were 2 distilled water plastic jugs that had a hole in the bottom, and they leaked into the cabinet and mold was formed. A bunch of people gave me suggestions. I've been using those suggestions like crazy, trying water and vinegar. I've been trying mold spray. I've been trying brushes to clean the stuff. I've gotten rechargeable dehumidifiers, and I'm about to get bleach, but I went back in there the other day and found that there were white rings of what I can only imagine is mold when I lifted up 2 of the white vinegar containers. I thought I cleaned that well in there. I've used mold spray on there, so I don't really know what to do, but this is a nuisance area for me because it keeps happening. It's also a nuisance area because I can't get in this section a lot, so I'm constantly taking everything out and moving everything just to get into the stuff on the shelves. Right now, as you can see, I have got all of this stuff on the outside of my pantry because, again, I am treating the inside of this pantry door cabinet right here, and I'll open that and show you inside. But whenever mold hits, I have to put everything on the outside, and I just have to live around the junk that's on the floor when that's supposed to be in my pantry. As you can see, it's pretty packed. I've got a bunch of just crap, random stuff in there, and to get to any of that stuff back there, I've got to take all of that out, and this is the problem area. So there were some rings of mold that were showing up again, so I decided to take everything out, spray the mold spray again, and then I put this dehumidifier thing in here. It's called Damp Rid, and that gathers up any of the moisture. That's been this way for about 3 days, so I think I'm going to put the stuff away. Number 2 would be my bedside table. My bedside table is an area of nuisance because, first of all, it is so small. Second of all, it only fits in this little spot right here. There's only so much space that I can put on there. I've got all this little crap on there that I just don't know what to do with. Don't mind my bowl. I even have extended putting stuff up here in the corner. Rocky always knocks it down when he runs from the cat loft and jumps up here. All of this stuff comes crashing down. I need to find a better solution for this area, but it is an area of nuisance for me. Number 3, we are talking about my living room area couch bed storage. A lot of this is extra crap. If you guys can remember my last video I did about my herb storage reorganization, you guys can check out that video right there, where I cleared out this area, but since then it has filled up again because the whole office is filled with a bunch of herbal stuff. If I don't have any room, that's the place that I put it. So let's have a closer look. This right here, this big old bag, is my bestseller. I made over 100 bags of my bestseller. And then if I don't have any room to put my herbs in my office, I put them in a box on my couch bed storage. I also have new products that I'm adding, and those are samples of them. I just got some new sage and I have nowhere to put those. I have some extra insulation that I'm going to use for whatever. I also have more insulation that I hide back there for wrapping orders. And then last but not least, I have more of my bestseller that I put one in each bag so that when someone just orders one, I simply grab it and ship it out. Eventually, I am going to be cleaning this spot and keeping it absolutely clutter-free, but that is when I get my land. When I get my land, I'm planning on taking this entire office out of there and putting it into a bigger building so that I could work out of that building instead of my tiny house. This will eliminate all of the stuff that's right here, but right now it is an area of nuisance for me. Number 4 is my desk area. My desk area is messy all the time. I have baskets on the side of these cabinets in order to put a lot of my paperwork, but a lot of it doesn't fit in there, so I start piling it up on the printer. Rocky wants to lay on there most of the time, so I'm constantly moving that whole pile of stuff. I'm trying to organize them in the 2 baskets on the side of the cabinets, and nothing works out. So I form this big old pile of paperwork and my lists and my notebooks here, and there's not really much else I can do, so it is an area of nuisance for me, so I need a solution. Number 5 would be my pillows on my bed. Although this was a suggestion given to me by a viewer to put them on my bed in order to get them out of the way downstairs, they are now basically in my way on my bed. I would like to save these pillows because they will be used in my Airbnbs or when I get a better living area, couch and stuff, but until then they're gonna stay on that second half of my bed. But the things that happen, I have a heating blanket that I use, and half the time it's stuck under that corner, but then it all comes up here because there's nothing holding it down right here. Next, a lot of those pillows fall when I'm under the covers and I want to spread out. I'm constantly kicking them. This is a nuisance area for me, even though they are basically out of the way being on the bed. Number 6. This area right here, which is my flip-up counter, serves a purpose to be basically an extra work area. But when I'm not using it, it catches all of this stuff up here. So I have products up here that are waiting for labels. I've got tinctures that need to be refilled. I've got tinctures and CBD stuff for myself and for Whisper. I've got spices, the ones I use in my milk powders. All of this stuff has no home, so it just goes here until it's ready to be dealt with. This is an area of nuisance because I'm constantly moving everything in this spot. So if you guys have any solutions or suggestions, please drop them in the comments below. Number 7 is the tray on my water cooler. This is an area of nuisance just because a lot of the stuff on here I don't use, but it is another catch-all, say for the bathroom, and when I need to get something, say, out of the way on the counter, I just put it in there. Because it's a nuisance, I am constantly cleaning the stuff that's in there. I mean, I've got broken necklaces in here that need to be fixed. This probably can go in the cabinet. I've got candles that I don't even use. I've got that brush that I don't even use. I've got 2 things that I tried on Whisper that did not work, so I might as well get rid of those. Basically, it's another nuisance area in my tiny house. Number 8 is my dishes area. I usually have this section filled up with dishes, and because I do dishes all day long, there is always water that is collecting at this spot. When I move this is what is a nuisance to me, is all of that mold that grows there because the mat is covering it. This was not caulked in the beginning, so I had to caulk it. I don't know really what I'm doing, so there's a bunch of disgusting stuff in there. I don't know how to fix this. I have tried recaulking again and it just doesn't work out. It looks sloppy. The next thing I did was bought some mold prevention tape that I'm going to put down because I don't know what else to do about this section. I have resealed this area a couple times and it's still getting through the reseal part, so don't know what to do about that either. But again, this little dish area is a problem nuisance area and I need a solution before it drives me crazy. Number 9, this front living room area is constantly cluttered with boxes, stuff that doesn't fit up on the couch bed storage. I took out the garbage earlier so you can't see any of the clutter there, but that box down there is some supplies that I have no idea where to put it, so it just goes on the floor. When I have empty boxes, that's where I put those, and the cats will lay down in them. I'll put my shoes over there. I need to put those away. The cat's toys stay over there. When the garbage gets taken out, I'll put it over there by the door, so that'll be in the way. This front area is another nuisance problem because it's constantly collecting clutter. Number 10 would be my catwalk. Although it is my favorite part of my tiny house, it is quite a nuisance because of, I'm not sure if it was because of the way it's built or the kind of wood that was used, but let me show you what happens. Apparently, the catwalk was built with tongue and groove boards. I was unaware that these boards expand and shrink during different weather and seasons. So, whereas that one's closed, that one's open, cat litter gets in there. I took someone's suggestion and put a cord around so that cat litter didn't get in the corner, but now I'm having a problem with cat litter getting inside of all of these and I cannot clean it. When the cats throw up on here, same thing. If it gets in that crack, it is harder to clean. I am constantly up here trying my hardest to get all of that litter out of those lines. Sometimes I do it with a broom, sometimes I use a vacuum cleaner. I'm thinking about starting to use tape because really I don't know what to do about these lines and the litter that gets stuck in them. I mean, it's a lot of litter and nothing's getting it up. Nothing's working. So again, if you guys have any suggestions on what I can do with this catwalk, someone has suggested putting a Cecil carpet rug on here before, but I don't know, maybe I could do that. I'm sure I'd have to clean that too. Even my cat loft rug gets litter stuck in it. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. If you guys are planning on getting a tiny house and you have not designed it yet, maybe the problems and issues that I'm going through, you guys can make up a solution and change it for your tiny house build. Say if you have a business office, make a little bit more storage so that you're not using your living area. If you have a catwalk, don't get that kind of wood or put a carpet there so that you can just vacuum it. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click that notification bell so you can receive a notification every time I post a new video, which is every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. If you guys have any suggestions for my messiness and clutterness, my food's done. I found mold a couple weeks ago. So let's take a look deeper. No, don't put that. And click the notifications bell so you can receive. Gotta breathe. Maybe you want to design something to remedy that area. No, don't put that. Again, if you guys want to find solutions for them and don't put any of this.